Yo, what up, man? So, just wanted to make this quick little video on the PS2 Slim. So, if you got one or if you've had one in the past and experienced what a lot of people seem to be experiencing when playing these older PS2 Slims, is that the ribbon cable that is in the disc tray, you know, connected to the lens mechanism here. You can't, I don't have, I already modded mine, but the laser, I'll put a picture of one up. The ribbon here that's on the lens, this ribbon, this orange ribbon, it sticks up too far out and it causes like a ring. It'll cause a ring on the disc, right? So I kind of like searched the internet and I didn't really come across anything that was simple and quick. Like everything required you to open up your PS2 and you know, not that there's any warranties or anything on this thing, but you got to crack this warranty seal off. There's one here, I guess, too, on the other ones. And you have to open it up and you have to buy this little 3D printed modification piece of plastic that this guy designed. Shouts out to him. Pretty tight that he came up with that, and it's pretty cool that that's available on the internet. But for me, I didn't feel too comfortable you know, taking apart a PS2, and you know, I'm not trying to deal with all that, disconnect ribbons and disconnect connectors. I didn't really want to touch into that. So if you're like me and you just want to get your games fired up and you just want to not have to worry about no ring, which is, that shit is super annoying, bro. No one wants to deal with the scratch disc, especially with the prices of these games going up. You know, you got Silent Hill at $100. I think San Andreas is now going for $30 now. Like, that's crazy, man. I bought it for like $5 like 2 years ago. But everybody is fiending for a hit of nostalgia right now with these PS2s. And if you don't have access to a, you know, emulator for the PS2, if you don't have a fancy computer that can that can handle the PS2 emulation, and you just want to fire up an old PS2 with the PS2 HDMI adapter, this video is going to be for you. So yeah, I was looking at all the videos on the net, and I seen that nothing really, like, people were putting tape on the ribbon, people were putting, you know, trying to re-glue it. People were buying brand new ribbons, which is a good idea too. You know, that's not a bad idea to get a brand new ribbon, and off of eBay they're like $4, but then that, again, that requires you to open up the whole console, and I didn't want to do that. And then for it, the adhesive on the original ribbon to, you know, just fail again eventually. So what I went ahead and did is, so I got an old credit card. Like, this is an old credit card right here, right? And I cut off an L shape here. I don't know if that's the piece where it belonged, but I cut off an L shape like this. It's an L with a fat bottom, right? That's all it is. I hit it with the fold, bam, like a nice and firm fold. And you still got a lot of tension here, so this isn't gonna just be flapping around. This is gonna be pretty solid, right? You know, this is almost just as good as the 3D printed piece. You know, not as solid, but yeah. So I went ahead and got an L shape here, and I just got some double-sided tape. Sorry, I got some debris on this, but then I just cut a nice piece of this double-sided tape here, right here, you know, to match the back of this here. You know, maybe this is too big, but I'm just using this as an example so you guys can see. I stuck that on right here, and yep, I'm sticking the hell out of that on there because you want it to be as glued. Oh, that's coming off already, but yeah, you want to get it nice and tight on there. This is just an example. I'm not trying too hard, but yeah, you don't definitely want to touch all the adhesive on this side. So you can see that I removed the back piece of this double-sided tape, And now it's ready to be placed on to the lens housing here. See, so let me get this as close as I can. So I already have my piece in there, and you can see it's laying down like this behind the laser or lens mechanism here. So I just dropped it in there and stuck it behind this housing for the lens right here. And as you can see, that ribbon ain't scratching nothing, man. That ribbon is not gonna raise up, and it's not gonna scratch your disc. A lot of the videos that I've seen weren't too informative. They kind of were like, I don't know if I should do that. I've seen people doing it with glue. For me, this is more of a soft mod version of that, because if you super glue something to that laser housing, that lens housing here, there's probably no going back if you do it wrong, or if you put it slanted or something. But the double-sided tape is definitely not bad. It holds up pretty good. As long as you get a good press on it, and you want to make sure that this part of the owl is not sticking up, because if you have it sticking up here, if you have it not all the way down flush, you're still going to get scratches, because the disc is spinning. The disclet sits flat here and it spins. And if you have anything sticking up, it's gonna scratch. So you don't want to have any excess piece of this part here, and you don't want to have this side too long, because if you look back here, you can hear it. There's no sound. There's nothing's rubbing. Everything's pretty solid. And I'm like, man, this is like, I had to share this with people because I was stressing. I'm like, man, I don't want to play my PS2 because I'm gonna get a scratch disc, and I ain't trying to go to no retro game stores and pay $19 or $25 every time I get a scratch disc for a duplicate, or I don't want to have to resurface my disc. So yeah, I just wanted to remind everybody, not remind everybody, but share this with everybody, that there is a solution that's easier than opening up a PS2 or buying something on Etsy, which we probably all don't have an account for. You don't want to set up an account, set up a blah blah blah. That's gonna take time. You wait for shipping. If you just want to get your shit fired up and start playing a game, there it is, man. You already know. So I fired up Vice City like this, and it worked perfectly, man. This console I got on eBay. I got on eBay for $25, man. I scored, but when I got it, I noticed that yeah, it has some scratches, but I'm not too worried about it, because a lot of these older consoles are pretty banged up, especially the silver. They kind of scratch up pretty easy. So yeah, man, so try it out. Get some good double-sided tape. I got this at Harbor Freight for $3. Make your owl shape, fold it. See what I'm saying? And this piece here, I'm just trying to make it very clear, because I see a lot of videos that aren't too informative. They just like keep adding cuts and edits, and like it doesn't show you what they're really doing. So yeah, hopefully we get this video a lot of views and everybody can try this out. But you can use a cheap $2 double-sided tape, or you can go and get a fancy one, a 3M brand one and spend some more money just to ensure that this doesn't fall off. Or so, like I said, this is a soft mod version of the one that's on Etsy. I'll put a picture of it up. But yeah, this is just considered a soft mod. So like, even if you lay it down wrong in here, you can still, if I wanted to, I can tear this off. I can rip this off and it comes off with no easy. It's not going to cause any damage. Just make sure, again, you don't put it too low. You don't put this little plastic, well, I'm going to show you with the little demonstration piece. You don't want to put this piece too low you don't want to put this little piece too low in there, because you don't want to tape the ribbon down. You don't want to get the ribbon stuck. But you just want to get it so that with this little flap here on the top, is just tucking the ribbon a little bit down, and for sure don't touch the lens, because that's just not even intelligent, man. You don't want to mess up your lens or nothing, you know. That's just not, yeah, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, and this has been working. Like, you can see the ribbon is not at all exposed. I had to learn the hard way that PS2 Slims did this. I'm sure we all did. That's probably why you're looking up this video. So yeah, man, just try to spread the word out and try to show you guys an easier method. In my opinion, this is probably the easiest method on YouTube, other than you know, probably taping your ribbon down. But even then, you still probably have to open it, or you have to get some like tiny little tweezers and get in there, and you probably won't even get it right. It's gonna just, you're probably gonna tape it down too much. That's what I was worried about, is I was gonna tape it down too far and it wasn't gonna move back and forth, because the entire time when you're playing a PS2 game, this laser or lens mechanism is moving back and forth reading the disc. So yeah, let me know if this worked for you. Let me know if it you know, let me know. Just use good judgment. If you want to do this, or if you don't want to do it, it's up to you. If you want to open it up, do the mod, the actual mod. It's kind of similar to this. That's why I kind of got inspired from. I did see another video on YouTube where the guy used a card, but I wasn't sure if he used a credit card or if he used I didn't know. He didn't share that information. So there we go, man. Peace.